Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guest today is Candace Da Silva, a public health educator with the city's Department of Health. And welcome back, Candace.
Thank you.
We've been talking about the tips that we can take here in St. Louis in our homes to prepare for the ice storm that's coming. We don't know when it's coming, but we know it will come.
Well, it's a likely event, and so we want to make sure that our residents are prepared for an ice storm or winter storm or some other severe weather event.
And ice storms, they will incapacitate us in that likely we're going to have major power outages. It's going to be below freezing temperatures, and no one's ever quite prepared for that. For all the things that will happen just driving. Last year we had some major road situations with ice that people weren't expecting.
Right. So what we want to do, and we want to start having families think about this now while we're in the milder fall months, is this idea of developing an emergency plan, okay? And what might that look like? But also building an emergency kit. And here's some basic supplies that you can add to that kit. You want gallons of water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, first aid kits, and prescription medications. We want families to start thinking of a safe place or safe room in their home where they can shelter in place. Have enough food and water for 3 days so that you're well prepared. Should power go out, you're able to shelter in place and to remain safe as we consider this severe weather event and what you can do. Also, the Department of Health has a number of resources, whether safety tips and recommendations of how you can continue to stay healthy and safe. And I want to highlight our Winter in the City booklet. There's information in there about food safety after a power outage that may be pertinent in the case of the ice storm that you indicated. And also, safety tips for our pets, because we love our furry friends, and so we want to make sure that they're healthy and safe as well. So the Winter in the City booklet is just a very great resource, and if you're interested in getting copies to your organization or having them at a community meeting, you can contact me directly at 657-1436, and we'll get some of those resources out to you.
So lots of great information, and for our residents that they can call, they can go to the website and get some of this information as well. You mentioned in our last segment that you have a partnership with Heat Up St. Louis.
Right.
And so tell us a little bit more about how that works. What does that partnership entail? I know it's there to assist the needy in our community with utility bills specifically. Is that correct?
Correct. And so earlier in the fall, the Heat Up St. Louis actually hosted a winterizing forum. And so what we do is support their efforts to get education out on energy efficiency, educating people about managing their bills, budget billing, stuff like that, because we know that can be a real stressor going into these extreme temperatures. Thinking about how are we going to stay warm and safe. And the low temperatures of the cold months are a real threat. So we want to prevent cold-related illness or injury, and that's our ultimate goal. The health department, as part of our mission, is dedicated to building strong, climate-resilient communities. And so one other thing that I would like to highlight is our functional needs registry. So I mentioned as well that we partner with Department of Human Services, and they actually maintain and continuously update that registry. And so what it is a database of city residents who may have special conditions that would make it difficult or challenging for these individuals to take care of themselves during a severe weather emergency, like a winter storm or an ice storm. And
so how can somebody get on that registry?
Right. And so in terms of participating, you can do this online or by phone. And I recommend that you call Department of Human Services and I've already provided that number, but if you call them, they'll take you through that survey and the registration process so you can get on board on the functional needs registry. And why that's important for the health department is during emergencies, we actually send out calls to individuals on the registry, alerting them to severe weather and giving them tips on how they can stay safe during those severe weather
Candace,
events.
can you remind us of that phone number again for the Department of Human
Absolutely.
Services?
So this number for the Functional Needs Registry is 657-1676. And so they will take you through eligibility and the registration process. But it's really critically important that, you know, for people who are seniors, frail, elderly, those who are on oxygen machines, for example, and who aren't cared for by a nursing facility, it's really critical that they participate in that registry so we know who they are, we can plan for them, and assist them in times of emergencies.
Very good. All right, Candace, thank you so much. You've provided so much great information for us as we go into winter. So be sure to visit the Department of Health online at stlouis-mo.gov for more information on all the things that Candace was talking about. There's more STL Live after this. Please stay with us.
Thank you.